You're listening to Navid Moosa of the Mindset Movement. Good day, good people. My name is Navid Moosa. I'm the host and always for the Mindset Movement. First time listeners, thanks for giving us the opportunity to earn your trust by stopping here and giving us a shot. Long-time listeners, thanks for the loyalty. We appreciate you guys just as much, if not more. Each and every week we get into it right away. We don't waste any time. So this week I want to talk about your support system. I want to talk about why it may not be working, actually, why you think what you have, why you thought what you put in place would work, but it's not. And believe it or not, it's actually not your fault, potentially not your fault. So I had a discussion with a couple who's not new to investing, but the wife has been investing for a couple of years. The husband was not. He was working for a retail spot. He recently, I would say, after working in his spot for well over close to a decade, he now has gone on his own to be a solopreneur himself, an entrepreneur himself. And so now him and his wife both are self-employed, and they are butting heads a lot. They're butting heads a lot because they both feel that they're not supporting each other's path, this new path of being an entrepreneur. And so I've known them for a while. We're good friends. And so we spoke for a bit, and I listened to her, listened to him, and it was respectful. They weren't calling each other outside. They were not calling each other outside of their names or anything like that. But what was happening was they both were looking for support in the wrong places. And by that, I mean, the husband wanted to be supported in this particular manner. And so did the wife. And I saw their points, both of them. They had great points on why they felt they should be supported in this because of what they're doing. They're doing two different things. They're both self-independent workers of their businesses, but they're two totally different industries. But as I dug deeper and asked them more personal questions, it was that each of them was not supported growing up in their household. So if they never saw support growing up, how can they actually give it? I mean, think about that. How can you expect somebody to support you how you need to be supported if they themselves came from a life or from a household that didn't show them support or didn't show them the support the way they would respond to? Right? Everyone's different. Some people respond to tough love. Some people don't. Some people coddle, and some people respond to coddling. Some don't. There's no cookie cutter way, right? It's almost it's a very thin line because we want to support, and either we do it by tough love or coddling, however, but we don't want to enable. All right. So if somebody is always scared to take that next step, or always fearful and just acting extremely, I don't want to say too cautious, but that's what the phrase pops in my head. If they act almost too cautious, that they almost don't do anything, they need affirmation from you on every single step of the way. That can get annoying at times. It can. You're like, hey, listen, you chose to do this, not me. Why are you checking me with everything? But they chose you to be the support system, and for one reason or another, you accept it, right? But now you're giving them the support how it was given to you. So sometimes you may see somebody who you think you see them interacting with somebody, right? So you're looking at person A. Person A is like, you know what? I think I want to have them be my support system, part of my support system. And you choose them because you see them interacting with person B. And then you look at the interaction between person A and person B, and you're like, I like how person A is interacting and supporting person B. But are you looking at person B? Is person B similar to you? If person B is the total opposite, then person A can't really support you. You are looking at their interaction between person A and person B, and you like that, and that's fine. But that just could be their dynamic. That doesn't mean that you and person B are identical. If person B is different than you, then person A can't help you. They potentially will not be able to help you because you're not person B, right? You see it, you see them interact with each other, and that's what draws you. And that's okay, but you need to look at that's only look at half of the equation. You have to look at the other half of that. And so often we see things and we're like, oh, I like that, I like that. But you're not seeing the full spectrum. You're not seeing the full equation, if you will. You have to look at all sides. This plus this equals what? You're looking at just the plus side. Where's or after it equals, what does it really equal? Does it equal success? A lot of times we pick these people from our support to be our support system or part of our support system because, like I said, because of we have an emotional attachment to them. And it's like, it's got to work. I mean, look at all the stuff we do together. We have same taste in food and same taste in cars and same taste in movies. And we hang out here, we do this and do all that. And that's all fine. But now this is business, right? This is business. And you have to be held, your feet has to be held to the fire in certain cases. Can this person do that? And the answer is no, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. A lot of the time, I think married couples look at their spouse to be their supporting person. And that's natural. It's expected, right? Because you guys are married. So you guys support each other through your marriage and stuff like that. So that's expected. But that's your marriage. That's emotion. We're talking about business. It's not emotion. It's numbers. So the dynamics of your business relationship could be totally flip-flopped in your personal relationship. And that could cause some friction. Nothing wrong with friction. The question is, what kind of friction is it, right? Are you frustrated because they're holding you they're holding you accountable for something that you should be doing, but the fact that you're not doing it and you're basically being caught on the carpet about it? Is that why there's friction? Or is it friction because it's not really effective? The support that they're giving you doesn't work. You have to look at all this stuff. Can't look at just one thing. So, really think about when you want someone to be in your support system, your support group, your right-hand man, your ride or die, however you want to phrase those items, or however you want to phrase those sayings there. But you want to look at everything. If you see their interaction, that may draw you to it. But then have a discussion with them, talk to them and saying, hey, here's what I'm thinking of doing, and here's why I think you would be a great fit. What do you think? A lot of people don't have those discussions because when you say, what do you think? The answer could be, no, I disagree with you. Or just no. And who wants to hear that, right? So some of those discussions can be hard, but at the end of the day, your support system has to be strong. It has to be something that you respond to. It has to be something that you need to be made aware of, in the sense of where you're not perfect. So they have to call you out, and you need to be prepared for that. Support system is everything. It really, really is. I'm sure it sounds like a Captain Obvious statement, but I think it's an underrated statement, and it's an underrated asset that people look at when creating a business. So that's what I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed it. First time listeners, if you didn't like it, give us another shot next week. If you did, please share, like us, follow us. Navid Moosa, the Mindset Movement Podcast. Also visit navidmoosa.com. There's more podcasts there as well, and some other items. So listen, each and every week each and every week I end the show the same way, and I won't do anything different this week rather. And that's just do right by the client. If you do right by the client, everything else will fall into place. I promise you. Just take care of the client and everything else will fall into place. All right. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. Have a great week, and see you guys next week. Take care.